Good evening. Looking back at the photos you just saw seems like a lifetime ago that we were able to meet in person for the New York Golf Classic. We'll be back next year in full force, raising money and playing some golf to help New York kidney patients. This is year 2 of our converting the golf outing to an online fundraising campaign. There has been so many changes over those last 16 months, but one thing that hasn't changed is New York is living with kidney disease. And they continue to depend on American Kidney Fund, and the American Kidney Fund depends on all of us to help fight kidney disease. Every dollar we raise is going directly to help kidney patients living in New York. For anyone who doesn't know me, I'm Maria Grasso. I'm the Senior Executive Vice President, Chief Operating Officer, and Corporate Secretary of Flushing Financial Corp. and Flushing Bank. I've chaired the golf outing for the last 6 years. I'm a member of the Board of Trustees of the American Kidney Fund, and this is a cause that is very close to my heart. There's no kidney organization out there that impacts more lives directly than AKF. I'm going to say that again. There's no kidney organization out there that impacts more lives directly than AKF. And AKF has been doing it for over 50 years. In fact, today is almost 50 years to the date that American Kidney Fund was founded to help the first person pay for dialysis. And now 50 years later, AKF has assisted millions of people by providing not only direct financial assistance, but also award-winning services, clinical research, and advocacy. For the 37 million people in the United States who are living with kidney disease, AKF is the trusted not-for-profit that is fighting on all fronts, from prevention all the way through post-transplant living. Their programs make a huge difference in people's lives every single day. Here's another important thing to remember about AKF. Your donation goes further when you give to AKF. This organization invests 97 cents of every dollar into patients and programs. It's been a top-rated 4-star charity navigator, not-for-profit for the last 19 years. So, welcome again to the virtual New York Golf Classic. You're going to meet some inspirational people this evening. I hope you'll be generous in your support of this amazing organization. AKF has not missed a beat during the pandemic, continuing its life-changing and life-saving work that is so important in our region and across the country. First, it's my pleasure today to introduce the woman who is at the helm of the American Kidney Fund, the President, CEO, LaVon Burton.
Thank you, Maria. And as always, thank you for your support of the American Kidney Fund and the patients who depend on us. How I wish we could all be together this evening so that I could personally thank you for your support. I am so grateful to everyone who has worked to make the second virtual New York Golf Classic such a success. And I am so looking forward to seeing all of you next year, hopefully at this event. First, a big thank you to Maria for continuing to lead this very successful virtual event as we navigate our way through the pandemic. We really appreciate, Maria, your steadfast commitment to AKF and the patients we serve. I also want to thank all of the members of the committee who have worked to make this event possible and so successful. And I'd like to congratulate and thank our honorees, Thomas M. Buonaiuto of Flushing Bank, and Maria and Ronny Colucci. We'll hear from them in a little while. And finally, I'd like to acknowledge and thank all of our New York Golf Classic sponsors who've made this evening possible. Our presenting sponsor, Flushing Bank. Our leaderboard sponsors, Cullen and Dyckman, Dime Community Bank, Hughes, Hubbard and Reed, Jaspin Schlesinger, and Maria Grasso. Our ACE sponsors, Arnold and Porter, Enrico Scarda, Lynch and Associates, and Max Security. And our Albatross sponsors, Borchardt and Laspina, Deutsche Bank Trust Company Americas, Grand Medford Estates, and Walter Foley. On behalf of all the patients, families, and caregivers we serve, thank you again to all of our sponsors and to each of you for supporting our event today. There will be a list of all of the sponsors at the end of the program. And you may also find the sponsors on the New York Golf Classic website at kidneyfund.org backslash NY Golf. 2021 is a very special year at the American Kidney Fund. We're celebrating our 50th anniversary, 50 years. We're marking this anniversary by looking outward and celebrating the special milestones that our patient community has reached over the years. Thanks to your generosity, our life-saving work has made countless special moments possible for kidney patients. They're celebrating more birthdays, more weddings and anniversaries, more graduations. And all the money that you contribute today will stay right here to help patients in New York. And I want to thank you for your direct support of New York patients. At the American Kidney Fund, we're fighting kidney disease on all fronts, from prevention to post-transplant care. And we will not stop fighting until we achieve our goal of a world without kidney disease. This past year has been incredibly challenging for the entire kidney patient community. The COVID-19 pandemic has hit very hard. But thanks to support from friends like you, the American Kidney Fund has not stopped. We are with patients every step of the way as they fight to get through this pandemic. The Coronavirus Emergency Fund that we started a year ago has distributed over $3 million to low-income patients in need. We've also been working extremely hard to make sure every kidney patient has access to a vaccination. We worked with the White House earlier this year to get the vaccine distributed to dialysis centers nationwide, including here in New York. Your support makes these efforts possible. I am also very proud to report that so far this year, we've already helped over 62,000 patients to pay their health insurance premiums and maintain their health coverage. We've helped more than 100 people each month to get life-saving kidney transplants. And we've educated millions of people, family members, patients, and caregivers through our many programs that your support helps to make possible. So as we celebrate these 50 years, our 50th anniversary, I especially want to thank you for your support of kidney patients and families.
Thank you, Levon, for that update. Kidney problems can affect anyone, and I learned that firsthand when my daughter was born with one kidney. She is fine, but Lauren is the reason I am so committed to this cause. My whole family is involved in the AKF. I'd like to introduce to you our first honoree, Thomas Buonaiuto. Tom is the Senior Executive Vice President, Chief of Staff, and Deposit Executive at Flushing Bank. Tom and I have known each other for many, many years, but in the last year, we really got to work closely together once Flushing took over Empire Bank, and Tom and I work next to each other now. He's a wonderful man, and he does great things. Tom is responsible for a broad range of critical activities here at Flushing, including strategic planning, management of deposit segments, deposit growth, diversifying our income stream. He's very involved in the community. He's a former board president and a present board member of Child Care Council of Suffolk County in Long Island, a former trustee of the chairman of Long Island Museum of American Art History and Carriages out in Stony Brook in Long Island. He is also a trustee and on the executive board of advisors of the College of Management at Long Island University CW Post, and a board member of the Ride for Life. I'm pleased to welcome him as an honoree today and a friend and a colleague. Tom?
Thank you, Maria, for that introduction. I'm in awe of your passion and dedication to the American Kidney Fund. I want to thank you for introducing me to this life-saving organization. When Maria came to me and asked if I would accept this year's nomination to be the honoree, I was excited about this opportunity. Nonprofit work is close to my heart and something that I have dedicated much of my time towards. I'm happy to support the work of the American Kidney Fund because their strong presence in the kidney space and the fact that they have such a robust portfolio of programs and services. I was impressed to learn that the American Kidney Fund spends 97 cents of every dollar donated on their programs and services and not overhead. I'm looking forward to see what the American Kidney Fund is able to accomplish in the next 50 years. I'd like to thank you again, Maria, and the entire New York Golf Classic Committee for their efforts to raise money this year. It has been an honor to fundraise alongside of you.
Congratulations, Tom, and thanks so much for all you have done for kidney patients throughout our fundraising efforts. And New York kidney patients really appreciate all your help. If you were at the New York golf outing last year, you might remember the story of Michael Mancusi. He was one of our honorees. Michael answered the call and donated his kidney to his brother-in-law, Ronny Colucci. Michael, thank you for making that selfless gift 4 years ago. Thank you for also bringing Maria and Ronny Colucci to the American Kidney Fund. We are honored to have them both with us today and for them to share their story.
Thank you, Maria. We are truly humbled to be chosen as honorees this year by the American Kidney Fund. This amazing organization is celebrating its 50th anniversary this year. The fund has helped over 1.5 million kidney patients afford their various medical expenses and is a great source of patient education, funding for clinical research, and advocacy for treatment and care. We would like to thank everyone for their donations to support the American Kidney Fund.
Ronny and I have been married for over 26 years and have raised two beautiful children, Jenna Rose, who is 21, and Vincent, who is 19. The years have gone by quickly, raising the kids and working full-time jobs. Ronny has also devoted many hours and many years to coaching both Jenna and Vincent in softball and baseball. Even though Ronny was diagnosed with glomelular nephritis when he was 16, he has been able to live a pretty much normal life for the past 30 years.
In 2016, we were told that my kidney function was declining rapidly and that dialysis or a transplant were my only options. Dialysis is an extremely physically, emotionally draining process that takes hours at a time. It was not something I was looking forward to doing. For most people, a transplant is a better option, but how could I ask my family and friends to risk their life so I could have a better one? Well, I didn't really have to. My sister, my wife, and two of Maria's brothers offered immediately to get tested, and all were a good match. Maria's brother Michael expressed that he knew he had to be the donor, that our children could not have both their parents be put at risk at the same time, and he knew he would recover fine after the surgery. The hardest decision I ever had to make was saying yes to Michael's offer of this life-saving gift. Michael is a retired detective of the Suffolk County Police Department and an owner of Maximum Security, a successful security company he started over 20 years ago. At the time, he was the father of a beautiful 11-year-old girl, Alexandra, and in a loving relationship with his partner, Annie. How could I let someone who means so much to his family, friends, employees, and business associates get on an operating table and give up a healthy organ for my own benefit? I tried to give Michael an out and told him he did not have to donate, but he shut me down immediately by saying, "I'm doing this," end of discussion. I want to thank Michael for giving me a life of beautiful, blessed normalcy.
So, in November 2017, my generous brother Michael donated his kidney to my well-deserving husband. While they were both in surgery, I sat with my mom and Michael's partner Annie, and we just prayed and kept thinking positive thoughts the whole time. Our prayers were answered, and both surgeries went well with no complications. The first thing each asked me in the recovery room was how the other one was doing. I think Michael realized the impact that he had on Ronny's kidney health and on our lives the very next day, the first day after the transplant. Michael had come to visit Ronny in his room, and the nurse was reading his labs out loud. When we had gotten to the hospital, Ronny's creatinine level was a 10, where a normal level is 2. When she read that he was currently at a 3, I just started crying because it meant that the transplant was successful and that the kidney was working. We have been watching his numbers for so long, and it was the best lab value we have seen in years.
It has been almost 4 years since the transplant, and both Michael and myself are doing great. My kidney function is normal, and I get to live my life without all the hassle and pain of dialysis. We are forever thankful to Michael for giving us the most amazing gift, and we feel truly blessed that Michael continues to be healthy. Our whole family was further blessed when he and Annie had a child after the donation, a bright, beautiful little girl named Mia who turns 2 in August. Last year, Michael was the honoree for this event, and it was great to see him recognized for his unbelievable act of kindness. My wife, my children, and I will spend the rest of our lives showing him our thanks in whatever small ways we can.
2 of my favorite sights to see these days are watching my husband drink a cup of black coffee from Dunkin' Donuts that he feels compelled to drink when prior to the transplant he had never had a cup of coffee in his life. Yes, Michael drinks coffee daily. The other favorite thing to see is Mia, who lights up when she sees her Uncle Ronnie. She starts to yell and laugh and call out his name. She will even walk past Annie and Michael and climb into his lap instead. It's absolutely adorable, and I think that she senses a part of her dad inside her Uncle Ronnie.
The entire experience has been nothing short of amazing, and we are so thankful for all the support we receive from our loving family and generous friends. If you are in a position to be able to donate an organ, please think of doing so.
It is a life-changing, life-saving choice that you will not regret.
Thank you to the American Kidney Fund for choosing us this year and for all the great work you do to help kidney patients like me.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Maria and Ronnie, for sharing your story with us. I hope you enjoyed this virtual golf classic. We've tried to serve up some inspiration and rally around an organization that does more for kidney patients than any other. The American Kidney Fund envisions a world without kidney disease. But in the meantime, we continue to fight on all fronts to make sure that we get there down the road. We want a world without kidney disease. I am proud to announce that this event has raised over $130,000 to assist new kidney patients. Thank you for all your generous support. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we will see you on the golf course next year playing golf. Thank you.